Hey y'all, welcome to Work It Wednesday on Thursday. I am Cassie Bollinger. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I did today for my VIP. I went on my regular Facebook, my personal page, and I talked about the air purifier. I talked about how I was going to show my people in my VIP how to change out the air filter. That is a way to entice some of your customers to either be interested in getting in your VIP, or it entices people that are learning about Scentsy or maybe watching your journey, but they don't get to see it all the time because they're on your personal Facebook page and they're not in your VIP group. So what I did is after I did the little 15-second video of saying, hey guys, I'm going to be talking about my air purifier into my VIP group. I put the link to my VIP group on that video. And then I waited about 5 minutes and went live in my VIP group. I do this quite a bit because it gets the interaction from first my customers in my VIP, because I go live, and if they're friends with me on Facebook, they get notified. Secondly, that means by the time they get the second notification, they're already trying to figure out where that video is at, and they can find it with the notification. I get the interaction that way because there's a lot of people in my 3 years of being with Scentsy that didn't want to be in my VIP group when I started. Now, a lot of them have watched my journey and are watching it from afar, but they are watching. I do notice that I get a lot of views on my videos and my reels by people that are following me or people that are already my friends. I use information from the product training guide to give tidbits or sales tips or tips and tricks of different products that Scentsy has. And maybe you have a whole bunch of them that you didn't even know. I had a customer ask me one time how often I clean my knife. And I was like, what knife? And they're like, the knife that you cut your cubes of wax with. And I was like, I have a crinkle cutter whenever I do samples. And they're like, no, when you're using it for your bars. I didn't realize that a lot of my customers didn't know that you can pop out the wax and you can break these cubes up easily without having to use a knife. I didn't think I needed to tell people that, but it made me realize that there's a lot of customers that may not know the simple steps because they've either never been shown or everybody automatically assumes that they know how to use it. You can use those different videos and tips to get interactions from your customers. They will appreciate that you're trying to look out for them, show them the easy way to do things, the faster way, the easier way. I mean, you can talk about the tips and tricks in different ways. I talk about cleaning up waxes because normally on Wednesdays I do a wax clean out. I put my cotton cleanups in and I'll show them how fast the cotton cleanups work. And then I'll talk about whenever I've left my wax in for too long and it gets that little brown rim of how I clean out my dishes. Those little tips and tricks help customers understand that I'm looking out for them. I'm trying to show them the ways to use our products best efficiently and the easiest way, just so quick and efficiently, so that way they understand that I have their best interest at heart. Using these different options of the little tips and tricks or using the product training guide, this allows you to tell information to customers that you may think everybody knows, but maybe they don't know. Maybe they're new to Scentsy, but they never told you that they've never really heard of Scentsy because they didn't want to feel like they were different. They didn't want to be embarrassed or feel like they just didn't know what they should apparently already know. These sales tips in here, the benefits and the features that each of our products have are all outlined in here. And it's really great to just kind of pick one and sit there and talk about it. When I talked about the air purifier today in my VIP group, I talked about how it's good for 200 square foot, which is about a small bedroom. I have mine in my living room and I have one in my bedroom. All my doors will remain open and I know I need to get another one. So I talked about that today. So the things that you were doing, like how do you use Scentsy? How do you utilize our Scentsy products? What do you do to clean out your wax? It doesn't have to be cotton cleanups. If that's not what you use, then tell them what you're using. If you don't use pods, you can at least show them a pod. You don't have to have the product, but you can talk about how the pods, each one of these, go for 120 hours. So together, it's 240 hours. So you can talk about different features without having the product, but it is easier because a lot of people are visual. You can get more information to a customer with a video than you can with a flyer or just typing out the post. Talking about the different types of warmers that we have. We have element warmers that only have a heating pad or like a heating plate, along with our other warmers that have light bulbs. Then that also leads into the light bulbs. We have different colors for every single one of our wattages, except for the Edison bulb. You can talk about how they can modify or change a current warmer that they have into a seasonal warmer by using the red or pink or green or blue or orange, pink, red, blue, green. Yeah. So they can change a warmer from looking like a normal warmer into a very seasonal one by changing it to red or green during Christmas time. Or maybe for Easter, it's purple or orange, or Halloween, orange or green. So there's so many different ways to change a warmer for the seasons without them having to buy a new warmer. One thing as a Scentsy consultant is we don't really want a customer buying a new warmer every single month. That seems a little bit unrealistic. Now, buying a new warmer to replace it or having another space, that's kind of a consultant issue. I have like 20 some odd warmers in my house, and sometimes it's hard for me to find locations. But that also means that whenever I am struggling to find a location, that means it's time for me to maybe gift or use another warmer as a as oh my gosh, I'm going blank, as a temporary, as a loaner, like a loaner warmer. So that's what I kind of do is I've been trying to rotate through some of my warmers and I move them and kind of move them into a loaner warmer status. And that just means that when a customer's never used Scentsy, then I will loan them a warmer for a week and give them a couple of cubes of wax. That way I have time to have them experience the different scents and clean up and adding another cube of wax. And then I can talk to them whenever I go to pick up the warmer. Showing how our products are used or how the different features are beneficial to your customers is going to help with the selling aspect of our business. I try not to sell anything. And I put that in the air quotes because I share what I use. I share the products that I have. I share what I'm putting into them, like what scent I'm using, why I'm using it, what benefits it has to using it. I don't sit there and say, today we are selling this warmer that is an element warmer. Like I don't go through this whole speech about how they need to buy now. And you can have it for short for what is that on the QVC? Like he's like, oh, you can get these for a low price of 4 payments of $29.99. Like that's not how I go through and do my videos. I try to make sure that very informative. I explain to them what the product is, how it's used to it. Now I don't talk about pricing because the prices vary. And what I mean by prices vary is that if a bar of wax is $6, 3 of them is $17. And buying 5 and getting 1 free is $30. But I don't talk about that publicly with the price. And the reason why is because I want to have that one-on-one conversation with that customer. Because if they order 4 waxes from me, I want to tell them if you get 1 more, you get actually another one for free. I want to have that conversation. Having a video that I'm talking live on or even pre-recording and posting it doesn't allow the customer to ask for specifics. So I don't want them to think they can only buy it as 1, 3, or 6, which technically everything should be sold as a 6-pack. I just want to go through and I want to be able to have that one-on-one conversation with that customer about that certain specific product. Now, I love buddies. These buddies behind me, I absolutely love them. And I talk about how I don't put the scent packs in them because I save them for my customers. I talk about that not to be like, oh, if you don't have a scent pack for your current one, then let's sell you one. I have extras at my house, but I only offer that as a one-on-one conversation with my customers. I do mention that I keep the scent packs in a drawer. I don't specifically say, oh yeah, I have the Ewok one, or I have this, or I have that. I don't specifically go through and say that. What I do is I say that on my buddies, I don't put the scent packs in them because I have 2 warmers in my office and I don't need all the extra scents that come with all the scent packs. Now, if they happen to notice that I have Bugs Bunny or Marvin over here or Sylvester or Daffy, and they're like, hey, I saw that buddy behind you. Do you happen to have that scent pack? It's sold out. That's a one-on-one conversation to be like, hold on, let me look in my drawer. So having information given to a customer does not have to be in a salesy form. It does not have to be like, today we are selling off this warmer, because as Scentsy consultants, we're not supposed to have stock. Now I have my personal stash. of all the items that I have for me because I got them on my free and half price for holding a party. Now, a lot of consultants don't have that and they don't have those options to do that. So that's why anytime you talk about any of your inventory, it needs to be on a one-on-one or you have to talk about it as your personal stash. I do a lot of giveaways in my VIP group because I have free and half price items that I have on a shelf that I want to gift to my customers. Now, I don't talk about it on lives and I don't talk about it on my regular Facebook. It is something that I send out to my customers and letting them know that we're doing this month. And this is what I don't ever tell them what it is because sometimes I never know exactly what's coming in or what I'm going to have left over. But I do utilize all of the extra products that I have from my parties for my VIPs. I don't actually buy anything for me anymore. I normally go through and look and be like, hey, I'm getting low on car bars. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a 6-pack of car bars. If it happens that I have a customer that's been talking about the car bars and they win one of my prizes, then I may give them a car bar because they've asked about it. So this way it's kind of a way for them to try it out without me saying, let me send you a tryout or a product out because they're like, no, I don't want any of your products. But if they win it, they're more opted to use it because they feel like they've done something towards getting it. So that's just some tips that I have on running a VIP group and utilizing the live feature in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even on YouTube. Utilizing these different features allows you to get to an audience that may not be expecting you to go live. Them being surprised and being able to see you going live and talking about something will be like, what are they talking about? Sometimes they'll get irritated with your voice or they'll be irritated with what you're talking about, but that's okay. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep going. I talk very loud. I talk very fast. I try to slow down and you'll catch me sometimes that then I slow my words down. And my voice, because I'm loud, sometimes hits that nerve on people and they don't want to listen. And that's okay because those aren't my people. And they'll figure it out that they'll either get used to my voice or they won't. And it's okay. But I know that I am trying to reach somebody. There's always someone that I'm looking for whenever I post a video that I know needs the information, that either needs to know about the products, needs to know about the opportunity of starting your own Scentsy business, because I always have 0 out-of-pocket kits and I talk about it a lot. And why? Because somebody there needs to know they just haven't quite taken that step or have decided that they're ready for it. I talk about those different things with my customers. I don't try to sugarcoat it. This is what I do for my business. This is how I run it. And I've changed it. What I started doing in 2020 when I started with Scentsy was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. I was spending 10 to 12 hours a day learning all these new things. Now I've streamlined my business and I do my Happy Mail once a month. And so there's one day that I stop and I actually package all of my Happy Mail and get them mailed out. There's other days that I may choose before then that if I need to print stuff off. So last month was a really good month for me and I have a lot of people to send thank yous out. So I had to reprint some of my my flyers, a lot of my postcards. So I'll have my daughter cut those tomorrow. I'll go ahead and get those bagged up and get them mailed out. I don't have to go to the post office, but I choose to go to the post office just because I have so many and I'd hate for the mail carrier to have to worry about pulling all these out of my mailbox. I go drop up there because I also get a way to interact with customers. Now, that doesn't need to happen. You can actually have pickup done at your door if you need be by the post office. The other things that I do in my business that I run is that I like to do lives. So I do try to schedule the lives so some people know, and other times I will just do a surprise to see who's online. Those different things are just ways that I've learned to run my business, but it used to be very hard for me to maintain or be consistent in some of those aspects because I was doing so much for my business. So just remember, show your customers what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you're utilizing your different products, and how you are working your business. If you are literally only working it one day a month, then tell them that. Say, hey guys, this is the 8th and I'm working my business today and I'm not going to work my business until the 8th of July next month. But I wanted to show you all the things that I do in one day for my business, because you never know if you're going to connect with that one person who is needing an opportunity or is needing to know that Scentsy is not a 24 hours, 7-day week, because that's why I got a website. I don't got to do all the hard work. My website does it for me. But that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you got a little bit of a tidbit out of this or some information that made you go aha. Please make sure that please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, so that way you can follow for different content for customers, for consultants, or for someone who just wanting to know what's going on in my business. I love you all. I hope you have a blessed and amazing Thursday, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye, guys.